Hey guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 250. It's a good episode, man. 250 days being here, right? Halfway to 500, man. Got time twisted. Anyways, it is a technical analysis edition stream. Again, it is a weekend. If you're catching the stream live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us, once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Link is in the description, guys. So is the link to all the amazing articles I'll cover here on this stream, man. Troy, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. Bitcoin Jake, thank you for being here. Good luck with the coding, man. I know you're working on something that's really interesting. I'm not sure how much of that I can divulge here, but thanks for sending me those screen caps. The project looks really, really interesting, man. It looks really cool. Yeah, big episode 250, man. You bought OMG today. Oh my God, you bought Oh My God today, Troy. How are things going with that? Let me post on Twitter real quick that we're live. I should have made something different for the thumbnail, man. I just realized it was episode 250 right before I started. I was like, man, I should have done something a little bit more special, man. But, you know, I'm glad that we've been able to be here for that many days, right? Anyways, again, guys, you know what to do. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub, right? Again, let me just post the link here on Twitter so that we know that people might be able to join us. There we go. With that out of the way, and without further ado, let's move on to the technicals, right? Because that's all we're gonna do tonight. OMG, okay, cool, man. You know, I'm glad that you bought OMG. We'll look at Omiza Go and see how things are going. I think OMG is Omiza Go, man. Unless I'm mistaken. Look, I'll double check real quick before we actually start this. Oh my God, OMG. Yeah, Omiza Go, right? Slightly down, has a nice market cap, right? 263,105,956 volume traded, 347,398,739 dollars. Not so bad, man. Anyways, how big of a position did you buy on Omiza Go? That would be the question. Anyways, what's happening with crypto? Well, yesterday again we got an indecision day, right? We rejected the 20 on market cap. We don't really know where we want to go. Losing 0.05% of market cap, $119 million. It's not a lot. Again, it was a very slow day Saturday for trading. Right now, moving up a little bit, 0.37%, approximately $1,937 million to be exact, and sitting at $252.55 billion. Now, that being said, we also have the Bitcoin dominance, right? And what's it doing? Yesterday, it gained dominance. Very little, 0.18%, but not moving much. And today, we're undoing that gain on dominance, 0.17% to the downside, sitting at 66.99% of market cap. It sounds like almost like the price of a video game, right? That's the market cap of Bitcoin right now. The price of Bitcoin at $9,201 and 1 cent. We went up to like 9,300-ish. And where do we hit? The 20. And what happened? We rejected, right? Remember when I told you guys that we should get above the 20 before we try to open up position and actually even get above 9,650? Well, we're not anywhere near that. And we're still seeing a little bit of weakness. Now, what is happening here? Why am I opening this little chart window here? I want to look at something here. I want to look at the 200 simple moving average and see where we're at in regards to that. Because we know that if we break below that, we're in bearish territory, and as long as we're above that, we're in bullish territory. So what happened? We're still in bullish territory. That is sitting at 8,050, so we're well above that. And I'm glad. Remember how I said we could get tightness on this area? We're starting to create that triangle pattern that we talked about, right? Getting tighter, right? High, lower, high. And we said here we were still making a lower high still and making higher lows every time. So again, we're trying to get tightness into this triangle, and it could certainly start to create some kind of we're going to start to get contracted, and then we're going to have to explode. And we actually even talked about that. We charted it on this Bitcoin to Tether, right? We had the rising channel, right? which we're in, and we have this resistance right overhead. That is this orange line, and we talked about breaking it, right? If we break it to the downside, potentials that we could target, right? 7,100. And if we go to the upside, depending on where we break, we would have our potential target, which could be at 11,000, right? 11,000 or so. If we were to hit a measure move, we can still come all the way up here and just tighten it, and then run all the way up to the range of the top of the channel we traced. And again, that's all possibilities, right? This could still come all the way down here and go to like 7,700. So again, these are our potentials of movements if we break, and this is to be valid. And we know that we hit a movement on a triangle before, right? On a symmetrical triangle we talked about, and we moved down on it recently. So we'll check that out as well. Anyways, where's Bitcoin on relation to the resistances that we have? Below the 20 again, still below 9,650. And on this chart, again, we are above the 786, which is good. Yesterday, 2 days ago, we managed to get above it. So technically Friday we got above it, and yesterday we managed to stay there. We actually hit that area imbalance. Today it looks like we wanted to move down, and we were unable to really touch it, which is good. I don't want to be touching the 786 very much. That is at $9,087.59. I'd much rather have these go higher. And again, yesterday was kind of a unique day, right? We did hit the top of the Bollinger Band. Sorry, not the Bollinger Band. We hit the 20 simple moving average, and we also hit the 786, right? And as you can tell, we're tight within that range right now. We're range trading in this area. Today is Sunday. I mean, so technically for the market is Sunday, right? So on Sunday, what we can expect maybe, it's still a slow day of trading until 7 at night when Asia comes in, and then we might see some movement starting to happen. Still undetermined as to where we're going to go. Again, we could try to break the triangle to the upside again, and it wouldn't be weird or unheard of. Other than that, like I said, above this area, it's good. I'm happy. Nothing else to call here on the daily, right? Nothing else happening. We're neutral on the RSI at 53.44. Oh, by the way, cheers, guys. Yeah. So it's episode 250, and you bought 520 of OMG. That's pretty cool. That's legit. Awesome, man. I got some notifications going out here. Proteus is now following me. That's pretty cool. I think I've seen him on Discord for DVT. Awesome, man. Awesome stuff happening today, right? Big episode, right? Anyways, that's it for Bitcoin. Again, we're starting to get tightness off the Bollinger Bands below the 20 on the 4 hours. What's happening? We haven't really looked at the 4 hours yet, so we're starting to make positive momentum, but it's very weak, right? Look, we're going lower, and we're coming in higher. Again, this new positive momentum island could explode to the upside. I'm not saying it's not going to do it right now. We're just rejecting the 20, right, for the second time. So something that could happen is we could move slightly down, give a little bit of room to breathe, and then from then on, just like try to break through that, right? And why does that happen? Sometimes, well, the 20 does present a resistance, right? And what we see is that there's a lot of, sometimes there's a lot of resistance. There are people selling right at the 20 because sometimes they're trading with bots and they have position tradings that, maybe to sell at the 20 or near the 20. So until we get that supply there, we're able to move higher, right, to the next area. And sometimes what we need to do is just maybe to run down a little bit, right? Get some room to run, and then burst through the 20 with a lot more strength. Right now we're not having a lot of strength, and we're just facing that constant wall in very short impacts, right? So it's gonna take a lot of small impacts to get through instead of like one really strong impact and going through and just bursting through that area, right? So sometimes we want to pull back a little bit before we actually run back up. Sorry, Bitcoin Jake saying, sorry, I'm back. I was telling Voscoin about the DVT. All right, cool. I'm not sure who Voscoin is. Is that a project or someone else, or is it a person, man? I'm not sure if that's a handle that someone's using, but anyways, he was telling Voscoin. Anyways, we are going, like I said, slightly lower, and we're coming in slightly higher, right? So again, potential divergence developing is hidden bearish. I would expect us to maybe try to move up of the 20. It's just gonna depend. Oh, he's a YouTuber. Awesome, man. I never followed him, man. I haven't seen him before, but I'll go look him up sometime. Anyways, neutral on the RSI, 44.25. Again, rejecting the 20, right? Let's go to the 1 hour chart. And this is from another time frame, right? It's probably from the daily. Not from the 4 hours, sorry. I have stuff here from the 4 hours showing up. I don't like that. Awesome. So what's happening? Look, remember how we talked about this triangle happening? Right, that we're tightening within a triangle. I already talked about this triangle, right, before. So we're very close to breaking it. We should start breaking it before the 24th, so before tomorrow. So in this market area, so today we should be breaking this area, right, in the next couple hours. Where are we at here, man? We call divergence bearish movement to the downside. Again, that was yesterday at 10 p.m., right when we were on the stream. And then we moved, right? So again, that's good. We kind of were expecting a movement to the downside. And again, with the resistance that we were talking about in a longer time frame and being within a triangle, we knew we could hit that bottom and try to rally. And we were still maybe making a higher low than the previous low and having that movement, right? He's got over 100,000 subs. All right, that's cool, man. I don't follow a lot of crypto YouTubers, man. Maybe I should. I try to not get influenced by other people, right? That way I don't get influenced in my analysis and my analogies on the news I cover. So I try to follow as few crypto YouTubers as I can, man. And also I follow a lot more on Twitter, I would say, but not so much on YouTube. Plus, I don't got time to be looking at all other people's stuff all the time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go look him up, see if he has something interesting. Anyways, moving down, right? Again, moving down, expected it, move above the 20 again, rejected once, slightly retreating, breaking above. See, here we didn't move back a lot to get that impulse up to break above the 20, but right now we're still kissing the 20, right? And if you remember what happens, we were talking about tightening on the Bollinger Bands, tightening here, and we said, look, we are not as tight as we were before. I think we said that yesterday. I can't remember, but look, we're starting to tighten more. And you know what happens when we tighten on the Bollinger Bands, right? When the Bollinger Bands tighten, we get explosive moves, and those explosive moves bring volatility into the market. So we could expect an explosive move to happen on Bitcoin. We just don't know when. Now, this tightness of the Bollinger Bands and being within a symmetrical triangle, right, leads me to believe that this triangle could be valid because we are tightening within the trading range of the triangle, and we're starting to lose that volatility, meaning the movements are going to be more subdued until we hit that explosive point. And again, usually we are hitting explosive points whenever I leave the stream, so like around 11 midnight or so, we get those explosive moves to come in. I should maybe switch the stream to 11 p.m. Now it's gonna be too late for me and probably for a lot of you guys. But it's just curious that every time I leave at 11, we sometimes get movements. That's pretty cool though. Anyways, tightness happening right on the 1 hour. I'm trying to look here, so high, lower, high, right? Positive, less positive. Low, higher, low, negative, less negative, right? Congruency, we don't have anything, again, because we're tightening within a symmetrical triangle, so we're not really developing any kind of divergence yet on the 1 hour on Bitcoin. So that's it for Bitcoin. Again, not a lot happening. Again, this divergence that we called out, and sorry, I've been looking at a lot of Bitcoin charts lately and switching through the charts because we have different stuff, right? Look, this is previous triangle that we had that we broke through the downside, and we did hit that measure move, right, at the 8,800 area. And from then on, we bounced, and we knew it was valid, right, because we already talked about this before. So again, we are, again, having a new triangle happening, right? And we're waiting for this to develop, right? Anyways, that's it for Bitcoin. It's sitting neutral on the RSI at 51.06. Let's move on to Ethereum. And again, symmetrical triangles can break either way. And volatility leaving the market can break either way. It's not telling us where the market's going to go. So it's up to us to watch it when it breaks out and confirm breakout. How do you confirm a breakout? Sorry, I'm going to retreat to Bitcoin real quick so I can tell you how we confirm a breakout. We confirm a breakout in the following manner. Now, if we break this triangle to the downside, we're likely going to break this larger structure to the downside because we're at that resistance, right? I would much rather see this break to the upside and run up and maybe hit this resistance, because we're going to break this support, not resistance, right? The support. We're going to move on to touch this resistance. I much rather go up and touch the resistance, so I would rather see this break to the upside. But again, how do you trade triangles? Well, you buy at the low point and you sell at the top point, right? Where you're going to hit that. If you believe it's not going to happen yet, then you sell here, and then you buy down here again whenever you touch the bottom part. But right now, we're starting to tighten. How do you confirm breakout? Sometimes and not always, right? Well, you have to watch the market. If this is to break the downside, it might do this. Maybe try to rally, hit the previous support as resistance, and then break down from there, right? The other one, something that sometimes happen, right? Fake breakouts. It breaks the top. Sorry, I need to get a drawing tool. Breaks towards the top. It looks like it's gonna run, and then it does a U-turn, and then it just like goes down, right? And that also happens sometimes. So again, you gotta wait for that confirmation. Like I said, sometimes if you see it hit the previous resistance or the previous support or the previous resistance, right, and it becomes either resistance in this case or support in this top part, right? Because it could also happen that you go up here, right? You come down here, you hit this area, and then you bounce, right? So again, you go either way. That's why you have to watch when, if we're gonna go back and touch it, you have to watch and make sure that you're not gonna hold it as support, or in this case as resistance, and then move down, right? So again, that's how you would usually trade this to the outside on the movement whenever it happens, right? Anyways, that's it. Let's move on to Ethereum on the daily. Yesterday, lost dominance 0.31. Today's gaining 0.56% on the market cap, sitting at 9.17% of market cap. The price of Ethereum at $208.49. But if you like what we do, you should like that bell and that sub. And we keep on doing that, right? Anyways, we're tightening again within the daily. We've managed to move above the 20, which is good. But we're still within this range, right? Again, we talked about this range, that 618 to the 50%. That's one of the ranges. But mainly right now, we're looking at the 618 at 213.23, all the way to 193, right? Because we actually hit that area and managed to hold it and bounce, right? So again, above the 20, which is good, but not being really clear as to where we might want to go. Again, we had divergence, right? We called it out. It was hidden bullish. We're moved up, and that's good. Anyways, let's go to the 4 hours. What is happening on the 4 hour? Again, last thing we called, right? Hidden bullish. What happened? Rally to the upside. And rally we did. And then we held the 20, and we're holding the 20 still. So again, chances we might get that bounce. Again, this little thing right here is going to be from the 1 hour chart. And sorry about not, sometimes I forget the anchor stuff. So they do tend to come back here and mess around with the 4 hour chart. But I try to anchor as much as I can to avoid that. Just sometimes it just slips my mind. Anyways, high, lower, high again, right? Remember how we said from here we had divergence. From here to here we're going lower, so again, nothing happening there. And now we're still going slightly lower and less positive momentum lower on the other side. Nothing there. Kite says it's about to dump. It's a YouTuber. Look, man. A lot of people say it's going to dump, and a lot of people say it's going to pump. Right? What I can tell you is that if we know we're trading with a triangle, we should watch which way it breaks. Right? And then just basically trade it. If you start to see it go down hardcore right after your break, there might not be a chance that it can come back to touch that previous support that now becomes resistance, and it just keeps on going down, right? That's a possibility. But if you see it go down and then come back up again, there's a chance it's going to touch that previous support. It becomes resistance, and then you break. Sometimes you do break to the downside, right? You create divergence, and then all of a sudden you like shoot up to the upside and break through the whole triangle structure to the upside, right? I'm not sure which way the triangle is going to break because it's symmetrical. And if you look online how to trade symmetrical triangles, they're a neutral pattern. They can break either way. It's a 50-50 chance. And again, we're tightening on volatility, so you can break either way, 50-50 chance. Now, like I said, to the downside, to the upside, we have resistances. To the downsides, we have supports. We still have to see how that's going to play out. And we can come back and round up to Bitcoin prior to the stream ending. Again, we have divergence moving to the upside above the 20. That's fine. Nothing else happening. Neutral on the other side at 55.20. Let's go to the 1 hour. Last thing we called yesterday, bearish divergence, right? Strong. Where we're going to break? Downside. We broke down. Phase of 21, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We didn't manage to move to lower prices like we usually would expect. But we're just very tight in that area. And sometimes that could signify strength when we're just touching it. But again, sometimes we get exhausted of just touching the 20. And then we got to break down and try to create divergence for us to like try to pump again and phase at 20. But again, when we see this, sometimes it just means strength, right? That we're not moving lower and we're really trying to break that area. So we broke, fake break to the downside, right, like we did here, and pump to the upside again, right? We haven't created divergence, right? Low, higher, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Then from here to here, right, we're going from a high point on the RSI to a lower point. Again, so high, lower high, positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. We're not getting any clear clues as to where this is going to go. Again, it's going to follow Bitcoin and whatever Bitcoin does. That's it for Ethereum. I'm going to move on to XRP. XRP dominance yesterday moved down 0.59%. Today it's moving up 0.12%, sitting at 3.49% of market cap. The price of XRP at 19.972 cents. Where are we trading at? Same range, right? I mean, yesterday we came down, touched this area, managed to rally a little bit. I think yesterday when we were doing the stream, we might have been slightly going up. But again, we have feared that these ranges were going to hold, and they're still holding, right? So again, 19.758 is the bottom part of that range right now, and the top part is 20.339, but we do have an immediate support below that at 19.440, right? So again, if we manage to break this area, we still come here for support and then try to rally. If we break this, then we would have to look for another support, and we could find probably something here at 18.054, and then below that at 16.221, and then below that at 14.774, right? Those are areas that we might be looking at for support. Again, nothing happening on XRP on the daily, right? High, lower, high, negative momentum still building, so low, higher, low, right? Nothing there, nothing here. Neutral at 48.02 on the RSI. What's happening on the 4 hours? Man, I got them. Sorry, guys. Okay, I think I got a mosquito bite. It's just like itching like crazy. Anyways, XRP. What's happening with XRP on the 4 hours, right? We called this bullish, right? Yesterday on the stream, we said, look, bullish divergence. And we just pumped to the upside, right? Was this yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago, right? So bumped to the upside again. We called this one out yesterday. So bumped to the upside, right? And then from then we didn't have anything. So we're just following the 20 again, being very weak to move higher because Bitcoin has not moved higher. We just seen indecision happening with Bitcoin. So again, we're creating positive momentum, right? Less than the previous one. So again, nothing else developing here. Neutral on the RSI at 49.02. High, lower, high, positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Let's go to the 1 hour. What do we call bearish divergence? Since then we moved down. Again, not a lot happening here. Low, higher low, less negative momentum, higher low still, right? Less negative momentum, right? Not a lot happening here. Neutral on the RSI at 50.17. Again, it's been a very, very slow day for trading, right? I told you guys the weekend might be slow. Hitting the 20, getting a bounce. That's it for XRP. Not a lot happening. Litecoin. Phase of 20 moving down, right? On Litecoin dominance. Trying to phase of 20 again. So yesterday we lost 0.83. Today we're gaining 0.53%. Sitting at 1.14% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $44.23. Last thing we called was bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence. From then on we managed to rally, gain the 20, and then we lost it immediately. But we're still facing it as resistance, right? Yesterday we tried to get above it, but failed. So we're still trying to get above it, and it looks like we're failing still. We still have 20 hours and 24 minutes to burn on the candle, right? Neutral on the RSI at 49.77. What's happening on the 4 hour? We created divergence, bearish, right? We talked about this yesterday. From then on, we moved down. So again, held at 20 as we were moving down. That's good. Right now, we're facing it, and we're trying to get a bounce. Doesn't look too strong yet. Let's wait for the next candles to develop. High, lower, high. Positive, less positive. High on the RSI. Lower on that RSI, right? Neutral at 52.49. Let's go to the 1 hour. What's happening here? We called bearish divergence yesterday when we were in the stream. And then we still managed to move down. Sorry, this is on the 22nd. Sorry, 2 days. Yeah, yesterday. We managed to move down, right? So negative momentum. Low, higher low, negative, less negative. So nothing happening on this area. Low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Low, higher low, negative, less negative, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. The only thing where we could have something, and it could be argued that we have something here. I think also XRP might have had it, and I just overlooked it, and I'm pretty sure I overlooked it for a reason. Would be this, right? Creating strong bullish divergence in here, just against that, right? Here we wouldn't have it on their side. But again, creating that strong bullish, getting us to pump to the upside. I think I overlooked this on XRP. I'm pretty sure I saw it, and I just went over it, right? So it would be from here to here, right? And from here to here, right? Again, so we would have that strong bullish. I'm pretty sure I didn't have that on Ethereum. I just know I overlooked it on XRP. On Ethereum, we could call it, right? Just we didn't have a proper red, strong red candle there. But again, same divergence. And then on Bitcoin, I'm not sure if I saw this on Bitcoin. So in Bitcoin, it's higher and it's less. So again, we don't have that on Bitcoin, right? Just on the alts. Anyways, Litecoin. We finished Litecoin. I'm going to move on to Binance. What is happening with Binance? Binance on the daily. Yesterday lost dominance 0.64. Today's gaining 0.42%. Sitting at 1.02% of market cap. The price of Binance at $16.61. Now, what's going on here? We managed to gain the 20 again. Sorry, guys. I'm itching like crazy, man. I did grill some like very, very nice meat today, man. It was really good, man. Yesterday we lost. Lost some of that price, right? They were gaining a little bit. That's fine. We seem to be redoing what we lost yesterday, even slightly more, which is good. We could get a bullish engulfing candle. Just still to determine how strong that's going to be. Neutral on the RSI at 52.68. Not a lot happening on the RSI, right? On the 4 hours, we called bullish divergence. We managed to move up. From then on, we have been battling with the 20. Lost it briefly, but gaining again. We're seeing a lot of indecision around the 20. Neutral at 51.89 on the RSI. Low, higher, low, negative, less negative, low on the RSI, higher on that RSI. Nothing there. Positive, less positive, negative, high, lower, high. Positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Not a lot happening. Neutral at 51.89. It was a good 1 hour. We called bearish divergence yesterday on the stream. From then on, we moved down. Beautiful movement to the downside. Again, low, higher lows, less negative momentum. Higher on the RSI, nothing here. High, lower high. Positive, less positive. High, lower high on the RSI, right? Not a lot happening with the market, like I said. Now I'm going to run that back to Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm actually going to look at DVT. I'm pretty sure I got logged out. Yeah, I got logged out. DVT is sitting at 50 cents. Hasn't lost 50 cents. That is good, man. I'm glad that it hasn't lost 50 cents. I just want to see this higher, man. I'm worried because I did take a position at 50 cents. Now it could go lower, and I could just add on to my position because I'm willing to add to my position on Litecoin. Again, we are seeing this. Remember yesterday how we talked about? I think we didn't draw it from there. We drew it from here, right? It was something like that. And I'm just getting a Spotify ad here coming in. I'm gonna switch this and drink some water while I do that. Anyways, for some reason it doesn't want to play. There we go. Alrighty, so from there to there, and from I think we can go from here to here, right? Sorry, I just got to switch a little bit so I can do this. We're looking at this tightness, right? And again, we're starting to move slightly lower, and that's fine. Again, we could anchor and make it more precise. But this is looking a lot like Bitcoin, right? Why is it looking a lot like Bitcoin? Well, because it's pretty much pegged to Bitcoin. That's why it hasn't lost price against Bitcoin. So it fluctuates with the same Bitcoin strength, I would say. Bitcoin goes down. This goes down a little bit, not too much. Bitcoin goes up. This still remains the same, trading against Bitcoin. So it looks very much similar to Bitcoin movements against the dollar. So as Bitcoin goes up, it gains a little bit. As Bitcoin goes down, it goes down a little bit. Again, it's not doing much. Again, this tightness on DVT, and again, we could break either way. I'm not going to place the Bollinger Bands. I'm not going to look at the other oscillators. We looked at those yesterday. I just want to see where we were at with the structure that we could be trading it. But if you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub, right? I'm going to go back and look at Omise Go for Troy, because he took a position on Omise Go. Oh my god. Oh my god to the US dollar. What's happening with oh my god? There we go. Again, we're seeing this triangle pattern. I'm not sure if I missed this on the other cryptos though. But again, like I said, they're all following Bitcoin. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm not going to lose any sleep. Again, we have this symmetrical triangle. Break either way. We didn't tighten us off the Bollinger Bands. Can go either way. That's on the 1 hour though. Below the 20 still. Where we at? Low. Low, slightly higher low, less negative momentum. More or less the same on the RSI. We wouldn't have any kind of bullish divergence. Neutral at 49.58. Again, low, higher lows, and also lower here. All right, so we did have something, right? So from here to here, we're going slightly higher, and from same point to here, we're going slightly lower. We're creating some hidden bullish, but we haven't seen it really take off. Now I'm gonna go on to the 4 hour. Sorry, we're doing this in reverse motion today. 64.48 on the RSI. That makes it being bought. Let's see what we're doing, man. Are we going higher? Yes, and then we went higher. From then on, did we manage to go higher? No, we've been going lower and less positive momentum, also lower on that RSI. So not looking at anything here on the 4 hours. If it manages to go down for some reason, then we do have the 20 to look for as support. Let's go on the daily, man. Oh, I don't like this. Look, this is we impulsed up and we have been going up. Less strength every time, right? Even though we're going with more positive momentum, overbought at 93.34. That's very highly overbought. Right, we're coming higher. Right, we're going higher. That's all congruent, right? But look at this. We are getting a little bit of exhaustion showing up here, right? Look, high and then less body, right? And we got massive rejection from the bears. Here we try to pump and we get massive rejection from the bears, right? Here we're still trying to go, but we're getting a lot of rejection from the bears as well. And this, to me, it would tell me that we could get a potential movement to the downside because we're being weaker, right? So we're rounding off, right? We're going like this, man. It looks like we're about to do a U-turn here, right? And again, this tends to be exhaustive, right? You try to go higher and higher and higher. You get tired of that, and you need to come down, cool off a little bit, mainly on your RSI, cool off. And then try to round it from there, right? So I'm worried about this pattern potentially moving down, man. I mean, if Bitcoin pumps, it might pump, right? But again, it could be that Omise Go manages to go down. Again, it has not been that tight with Bitcoin movements, right? Bitcoin has been more subdued than this Omise Go. Look, Bitcoin, right? We haven't gotten that rise continuously, right? Again, if we manage to move down, we do have support here on Bitcoin. But again, let's go back to the Omise Go. I'm not sure, man. I'm glad you opened a position, Troy. I'm not sure when you get in or what price you got in. I hope you have a stop loss and you have an exit strategy for your position. I believe it could be coming down on the price, man. Maybe you still have a green day today, and then tomorrow you're probably gonna get some exhaustion happening. Look, on the daily, we have not been this high on positive momentum in forever, man. I don't think since this chart has been trading here from November, we never made that much positive momentum. We have also not been that high on the RSI, right? The highest we got before was 87. That was back here, and look how it came down, right? Look at what happened, right? The price was going up, and we're just getting exhausted, right? And we didn't have divergence. Look, high, right? Higher high, positive, more positive, high on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Look at this, right? We're going higher, and we're going higher, and we're going higher. So no exhaustion. Again, chances we could come down on this, right? Just be careful with your trade, man. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Again, guys, if you want to look at something in particular, let me know, and we'll discuss it here on the channel. Again, right, we do seem to have some bearish on Bitcoin. That could potentially move us down. We have some support. Again, we would have across the market, right? Again, this is slant divergence, right? That's what this is called when it happens within the same island, and you can just track it continuously, right? It's slant divergence. Again, this is on the 4 hours. Just be careful with this. There we go. I'm worried about this movement, man. If we don't break above this area right here, this high, or the closing here at 9,286, and there's a big chance we could come down. Even if we break right at that level, we would still, no, we wouldn't. We'd just be creating nothing there. We need to get above that area, though, for sure. If we manage to go higher and we don't go higher on the RSI, we could create some bearish divergence. and then break down from there, right? But again, that's all just speculation right now, right? Again, that's what we're seeing happening on the technicals. And again, we're getting these tightness happening, right? Again, yes, we could move down still, hit this bottom part of this triangle, and then try to rally, right? And that wouldn't be anything, wouldn't be wrong with that. Sorry, this is on the I need to look at this in the 4 hour here, the 1 hour. So again, right, we could still go down, and again, see that movement happening, right? We don't have it on the 1 hour though, right? Just in the 4 hour, and we're managing to reject the lower prices that the 20 brings, right? We're trying to pump higher. Again, about to break this area. So that's about it for tonight. Again, like I told you guys, it was gonna be a quick stream. It was gonna be a short stream. It was gonna be a sweet stream, man. It was a pretty good stream, right? For episode 25, I would have wished 25 would have been on the weekday. That way we would have had articles and a lot more stuff to go on. But you know, it is what it is. Today was it's not official day 250 since we started posting, but it's the 250th day of posting actually. I have taken small breaks, right? Every now and then I've gone out of town a couple days, and you know, I just have not posted static videos. So, but overall, I mean, I think maybe I lost maybe about 20 or 30 days. Maybe about I doubt it would be a month right now, but maybe about 20 days would seem about fair. We'll know whenever August comes in. I think the first stream ever was in August, and we still have maybe 90 more days to add on to this. And then we'll know really how many days we actually lost. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us. Bitcoin Jake, good luck with your coding, man. I know you're coming up with something that's really cool and interesting. I wish I could have some input on that. Unfortunately, I just seen the code you sent me, dude. I have no clue about coding, though. But it looks like what you told me the project is. It's really, really interesting. Yeah, I know you're always busy, man. And Troy, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you're still with us. I'm not sure who else is still with us, right? But again, I do have some people watching. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, chats, how's it going, man? Thanks for lurking, man. The library project, yeah, you made a video I can share. All right, cool. Oh yeah, before I go, then, Bitcoin Jake sent me a video for his Decentraland. His library project. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see it here, though. Bitcoin Jake. Alright. I was going to go open in here, I guess, right? I'm not going to make it super huge because I'm not showing the whole part of my screen. I'm just going to show whatever this small area is. And I'll shush the music real quick, right?
Directory, so it'll all look like this, and then we go ahead and run the command for it to compile it, and then we're going to go ahead and run it now. And then if we see there's currently no other files in here, but if we go ahead and run this now, this will go ahead and produce a library subscriptions.txt file. Alright, and that's it. Peace, love, hodl.
Anyways, that's Bitcoin Jake, and well, what he's telling us is basically that now we're gonna be able to. You hear an echo? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I forget, man. So when I do that, I gotta like shut off my mic. Otherwise it picks up on the audio, and it just trips me so bad, man. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I just completely forgot. Anyways, Bitcoin Jake, if you want to post the link to the video, not opposed to it, so you can feel free to do that on the chat. And if you guys have a library account and maybe you want to export your subscribers from YouTube to library, then you can do that, right? So I think that's basically how it works. Although right now apparently it's not compatible with Windows. I think it's just basically on Linux, and I'm not sure if it's going to be able to work on on iOS, on Mac or whatever, iOS or whatever it is. Anyways, what else is happening with this, right? Bitcoin Jake's also coming out with a bot to trade on Dudex, which is pretty cool. But I think this, yeah. Besides that, I think there's not a lot going on tonight. Like I said, I'm not, unless you guys tell me something specific on the weekend, I'm not gonna look at the news. I did spend a lot of time with my family today, and that's something I gotta do. So I want to do it. So that's why I decided to stop doing the news. Unless you guys share an article that is super important, I would go into it. Otherwise, look, man, I got a family. I gotta stay. I gotta spend time with them as well. And then on the weekends is basically when I do that. So it was good, man. I got to play with my kid. We played like sword fights, and we grilled some meat on the barbecue. It was really cool. So just a chill time with the family, and that's what life is about, right? Enjoying those moments. Anyways, it's beta open source right now. Some issues running on some systems. All right, cool. But that is for your library, right? For the exporter stuff. All right, cool. Once you get it set up, I might test it, man, and I might actually do it live. Right, you're gonna walk me through it, but I might do it live and see if I can get it to work with library, right? Anyways, what else? What else, guys? Do you guys want to look at something in particular? Otherwise, I'm just gonna call it a stream for tonight again. Um, Anyways, we looked at DVT. We saw where it was trading. We're within a triangle. Symmetrical. Can break either way. I might just put the Bollinger Bands real quick, though. I just want to see how that is looking like. Right. Why is it not showing up here? It's not in indicators. Bollinger double L. I was missing an L, man. That's why. Anyways, I hate how it looks here. We're above the 20, which is good. Yeah, we're above the 20, which is good. Or below the 20 right now. We're getting that tightness coming in on the 1 hour, right? We knew this was gonna look a little bit like that. DVT volume sucks whenever Bitcoin tanks. Yeah, but look, like I was saying, man, DVT, it's kind of like pegged with Bitcoin, right? If you look at this and you look at Bitcoin, it more or less looks the same. We're still making the same structure, a similar structure. Again, a lot of cryptos doing the same. But DVT is not losing value against Bitcoin, right? It's just staying more or less consistent. So what I was looking at, right? If you want to get out of DVT at some point in time into dollars, you'd have to convert it into Bitcoin, which Bitcoin is worth less right now than it was, like let's say a couple weeks ago. So your value is more or less the same. It's just that's why you've been dumping all your Bitcoin into DVT, sub 5 sats. All right. Yeah, it's more or less things similar. I would like to see this project gain a bit against Bitcoin, right, and become a bigger project. This is going to take time, man, and it's really cool. I do like what you guys are doing, and I like how you guys are in the chat and how the community behaves there, and it seems like you're a pretty cool bunch of people, and I like the project. That's why I bought some of these. Now I'm being logged out of this South Exchange, so I'm not able to really show you anything there right now besides this. But again, it's a pretty cool project. If you guys want to check it out, you can join the Discord. You can check out their website. It's the Vault, I think. I might post it out right now. If you guys want to check out the project, again, I don't get paid by them to do this, but one of the co-founders of the Vault is on the chat right now. So if you guys at any point in time ever have questions for them, you can let me know. And if they're not here, I can go and post them on the Discord, and then they might join and resolve the questions, right? But again, it is a cool project. I just want to see it take off, right? I know it's very early on. It's in its early stages. But I do believe that if you can make it solid, it could become really big, right? /wave. I'm not sure what that was. But again, no paid advertisement for talking about this, right? So it's just all because I'm looking at the project. I think it's a good project. I text emoji. All right, cool. Yeah. Again, I'm trying to look at this and see where it's going. Look, guys, I tell you what, I went in at 50 cents. I think it was around here. Has not gone below 50 cents, so I'm happy right now. Again, we might get some pullback. We do have this huge position here at 2.55 million. It's going to take a lot of buying power to get above that. But once above that, it's just going to be smooth sailing. There's not a lot of big positions above that, right? Someone just masked up here at 5.6, and we have 700,000 to go through. And the downside, there's not a lot of walls actually, so it could still be that it comes down, and I might be able to add on to my position. But we'll see, right? Take it a day at a time. 2.5 million coins only worth 700. Yeah, but that's someone really needs to buy that, hold that, right? So again, like 1,000 max. You're guessing though. Well, we can not guess if you want to. Let's go look at CoinMarketCap. Again, now owned by Binance and screwing everyone over. All right, so we said it was 2.5k, 2.5 times 0.00046. Yeah, 1,150, man. And apparently, Chats with Decentraland is gonna get paid soon. Awesome. I'm not sure if he's gonna buy through that, but yeah, it's a good project, man. It's a good project. I like what you guys are doing with it, and it's fun, man. Right. Anyways, yeah, but right now that's about it, right? Probably Bitcoin Jag is probably gonna go buy some also and add on to his massive position. By the way, Jake, I was looking at the rich list for this project. I didn't see you pop up there, man. I think someone's trolling you guys because who was it? Like, I think Andrew Yang's name was showing up there, right? Like, is it like Andrew Yang at like position 10, top 10, I think. And I was like, I'm not sure if he's actually holding this. You don't have all one address, all right? Yeah, the community thinks they're funny. Yeah, I assume someone was trolling, man. I was talking about that with Okan, and I was like, man, are you guys for real, man? Like Andrew Yang's holding this? Like, no, someone's trolling. I was like, yeah, I mean, I doubt he's holding it. I know he's pro crypto, but it just seemed like something really, really weird that he would be holding. Anyways, guys, I got some pop up today on Brave browser. And it is for something I never heard before. It's called CoinMotion. And it is this website, and they do have a code, and they give you like $50 free. Now, also not paid advertisement. It did pop up today prior to the stream. I have not been able to. It's in Spanish though. I'll put it in English for you guys, because for some reason my computer opens everything in Spanish now. Although my keyboard is in English and everything, but you know, whatever. So okay, cool. So they have this code, crypto with an I, crypto 19. If you put that. I believe you get $50, $50, right? I'm not sure if they just give it to you for you to trade with, or you have to make a deposit for you to trade with. It just was something that popped up on my Brave browser, and you know, that's all it was. So if you guys are interested in getting $50, you can probably sign up here, and they do have a KYC and all that stuff. You can probably transfer those funds somewhere else. I'm getting a lot of freaking messages popping up here. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm just want to make sure no one, like, nothing urgent's going on. This is going like crazy, bro. For real, this is like no one's messaging me, so that's cool. Because yes, I get Russian, German, Korean, Chinese stuff all the time from like YouTube and things. It's pretty cool. This is actually a Finnish site, dude. They're a Finnish website. They're actually based on. You guys can see it here. Ivaskila. I'm not sure how you say that, but anyways, Prasos Oi, Kaupakatu, whatever. I'm not sure what their address is. But it's a Finnish website, and I looked them up before coming in online, and I do believe there's some articles talking about them. But I mean, at least you get $50, right? Or that's what it said. So you know, I might just log in, get the $50, turn them into Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, and transfer them on to South Exchange, and you know, take it from there. But anyways, that's what it looks like. I just might do. Anyways, I won't keep you any longer. It's already 11. Let's look at the candle, man. We're trying to rally on Bitcoin. That's good. Hit the 20 and try and rally, but let's figure it out, right? Thanks, Decentralized. Thanks for joining us tonight. And I think I'm going to also call it quits, man. It's like 11 p.m. for me. I know it's like midnight for you guys, but thank you for watching again. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub. That way you'll be notified whenever we go live. Again, I don't think I sent out the Twitter tonight, but it's at the State of Crypt 1. You can join me there. You can look me up on the internet. Or you can look for the State of Crypto. I might just show up like that. But again, thank you all for joining us. That's going to be it for tonight. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we are here. And I do believe we're a good crypto channel. We're solid. We have ethics, and we're honest on what we do. So, yeah, talk about that to them. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto. Until then.